If you are watching this, I bet you love your camera collection. You live and breathe photography and anything surrounding it. Me too. But you may not have realized that your camera is more than just a camera, and it's likely doing a lot more than just simply taking photos. Your camera has the power to save your life. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why your camera is doing so much more for you than simply just photography, and how you can really focus and hone in on these to help you with your mental health. Being creative and making time to practice that creativity is often the last thing on our list as we move through our busy lives. But I think it should be considered an essential, and we should be prioritizing and carving out that time for ourselves to explore our creativity. Making it a non-negotiable thing that you schedule in, like something you would an appointment or going to the gym, can have huge improvements on your mood. A quick Google search shows up that being creative can increase positive emotions, reduce depressive symptoms and anxiety, and improve the function of our immune systems. That's pretty incredible. That means your camera holds all that power, and maybe that's something you hadn't really given it credit for. Regardless of studies being held or what facts you pay attention to, we all know that really great feeling of getting out with our camera and taking photos. A lot of people talk this way when they are telling you about being in the dark room or developing film, or even sometimes editing photos or putting together a zine or a project. These are things that can really light your brain up and help to relax you, reduce your stress levels, and put you in this flow state of creativity where you're not thinking about all the other things going on in your life. Being engaged in something is a great distraction, and I think a lot of positivity comes from really connecting with your hobby. For me, this would be going out on a photo walk with my partner when we aren't filming for YouTube. We're just going out, just the two of us, to take photos. There's no stress, there's no pressure, and we're just enjoying the time together and taking photos for no particular reason. I find that really relaxing, and I really need that consistently to keep my mental health in check. I have another side of the hobby though that I like to be more productive in, and that is this YouTube channel. So I find it equally as relaxing to script these videos, and it really fires my brain up thinking of different ideas and concepts to bring to you guys here on YouTube, offer you value and feel that connection and get that response from you that it's inspired you or motivated you. So if it has been a while for you and you've been buying up cameras or looking at them, fixing them, cleaning them, maybe take them out into the world and shoot them and notice how much better you feel afterwards. Let's be real, we generally consume a whole lot more than we create. And this isn't always a bad thing, as a lot of that consumption, we are learning something or simply being entertained. Lately, I think the rise of short form content can have us just scrolling mindlessly and not really getting anything out of the actual content. And I think this is a good time to ask yourself, what am I actually getting out of this experience right now? And is there something else more valuable that I could be doing? The perfect antidote to this is grabbing your camera and creating instead of consuming. I feel so incredibly fulfilled when I put out a YouTube video or even do something for a client or just something for myself. It just feels good to have accomplished something. These don't all have to be specifically going out and taking photos either. Maybe you enjoy writing, like I write my weekly newsletter, and that is sort of photography adjacent, or I can jump on my print shop and rejig the photos. That gives me a chance to look through all of the photos that I've taken recently and take stock of them. So it doesn't have to be getting out, because I know that that can be really difficult for people, but just doing something where you're making an output rather than just putting in and not doing anything about it. I think we live in this information overload world right now, and we often research something so much before we even go out and do it and just try it and see what happens. So ask yourself how much you have absorbed content-wise versus what action you have taken on what you've learned or what you've put out into the world. That includes this video too. I'm expecting to see you tagging me on Instagram later, telling me how this video motivated you to go out on a photo walk or do something creative. How great is incidental exercise? You just feel like you've hacked the system if you've got a little bit of exercise and some steps in whilst also doing something you love. Photography is perfect for this. Photo walks are hands down the best exercise. If I have my camera and a free day, the weather is good, and I've got a few backup rolls of film, I will literally walk and not even notice how long I've been walking for. Being out in the fresh air and soaking up some vitamin D and sunshine, if you're lucky enough, is such an instant mood booster. And if you can pair that with something like photography, you're also being creative. So it's a real 2-for-1 here. Getting outside and away from your usual environment is also really good for your mood. I find that I can get really frustrated. I am living a busy life with a toddler, a partner, a house to run, a YouTube channel to manage, amongst other things that I am doing like client work. So I really savor those few hours I can get out on my own and go and shoot. So it may seem obvious now that I've mentioned it, but I think exercise and photography kind of go hand in hand. And I think it's great that our hobby offers us so many benefits that we might not initially think of. If you like this video and you are getting some value, you might also enjoy my weekly newsletter, Love Lucy. It's linked below if you want to sign up. I share what I'm interested in at the moment, interviews with other photographers, and ways that I am staying on track, staying inspired, and staying motivated to shoot. So hobbies give you a purpose, which is really important for human beings, but they also usually come with a pretty cool community as well. It's likely you are already part of a community of photographers, either online or locally, or maybe both, but it's also likely that you didn't realize how much this is positively impacting your mental health. Having a group of like-minded people that you can connect with and talk to and feel validated in your interests is so important for us. Since I've started sharing my journey with photography here on YouTube, I've met so many amazing people, and I even get like voice messages from Ali from 1 Month 2 Cameras just checking up on me to see how I am. And that just makes me feel so amazing that we connected initially through our love of photography, but then we have formed this other friendship over other things in our lives, and we take the time to check up on each other. To me, the community that comes with owning a camera is one of the most valuable parts of photography. So definitely don't overlook this and don't just ride solo. Find a group of people to connect with, whether that's online or going out on local photo walks or just anything you can find where you can connect with those people. Sharing your love gives you a sense of belonging and identity, and it makes you feel seen and heard by others around you. I will link below a few online communities that I know are just such awesome spaces, and you'll just be feeling all the good vibes. So I am not someone who actively practices any kind of mindfulness tactics like meditation or anything, but I do regularly sit around and think about being that person and want to be that person. I do journal sometimes just to flesh an idea out or kind of uncover things that can help me in my creative practice. But nothing beats just getting out on a photo walk. That is definitely the best mindfulness tactic that I have to improve my mental health. Getting out with my camera and popping on headphones, listening to like my favorite album, and just absorbing everything around me is like total therapy for me. I often find myself completely unaware of time, and all my worries just melt away because I'm so focused on just seeking out the details and capturing a composition, noticing something new that's popped up in the area. I'm busy appreciating every little tiny detail, like the sky and the flowers and things that I maybe wouldn't notice if I was just busy rushing around. To me, photography is like the ultimate mindfulness practice, and I don't think a lot of us really give it the credit for being that. If you need some prompts or ideas that will get you motivated and inspired to grab your camera and get out and shoot or try something new and different, then check out my 101 Creative Strategies Guide for Photographers. It's linked below and it's full of really easy, accessible, and actionable things that anyone can do. I hope this video has helped you and given you lots of positive vibes for the rest of your day or your week. Come find me on Instagram and say hello, and I will see you in the next video.